Hey, already there? What a quick one. Hello, and look at how you doing? All right, let me place a few things and then we're gonna start because I'm later than expected, but still, we're gonna have a good one. Awesome, I've been too. I've been pretty good. All right, let's close that a little bit. Weird few last days, but in a good manner. All right, let's start that. People are gonna join eventually, no matter what. Let's go! Let's swap the world. Yo. Let's go. We're ready to rock and roll for another evening on that beautiful little car. Oh, I love you, Datsun. Oh, man. So close yet so far. Oh, my God. So we begin. I see how it is. Damn. Yeah, honestly, weird few days. Well, on your side, you know about it. But basically, I might be really trading my 1986 Camaro that's been laying on the side of the garage for the last like 2 to 3 years for another car. I might be trading for the first time in my life a car for a car. And it's pretty much confirmed. I would say 90% sure it will happen. I now know who I can borrow a trailer, a car trailer from, a pickup truck also. So these are good to go. It will happen next week, and I did like a full photo shoot, 360 degrees, even under the car and everything of the Camaro, and the guy is absolutely loving it. He's a mechanic. It's exactly the type of project he was looking for, which means a car that can still run and drive kind of right now. Just need a bit of work to tweak it, like brakes, stuff like that. But then after that, he can put some love into it while still being able to drive it a little. So the car is registered, everything's ready to go almost. Just a few little things like the trunk not closing. Like it's closing, it's just not clipping, you know, and like all those kind of things. But yeah, so right now it seems like I might be acquiring next week a Ford Mustang against my Camaro. I considered that a win on my side. I wanted something more functional and a little bit more enjoyable as a drift winter car. And a V6 Mustang seems like bang on into that. What a Mr. Pound! So and the car has a tune, pop and bang, but like it has a tune. It makes some power. Looks honestly quite fresh, no rust or whatever on it already. Like it seems in pretty good shape, way better than the Camaro. So yeah, no, I think it will be a good deal. So pretty sure I'm gonna do that. How you doing, Mr. Pan? How was your day, sir? I hope it was beautiful. So yeah, I was just saying I might be trading my 1986 Camaro for a 2006 Ford Mustang because why the heck not? It will make a car that, like, it will go from a car that doesn't run much in my driveway to a car that drives and is more enjoyable. So I feel like it's going to happen. Oh, and it has a 4.1 diff ratio in it, brand new from last year. So there's also that. So kind of a good little drift beater. So we'll see about it. But yeah, all right, let's dive into the car. Basically, guys, you'll see tonight it's a really simple one. What we're gonna be ending up doing is that we're gonna start first with not what's in the title, but with this, because this just arrived through Amazon. It is the starter motor connector. So we're gonna install that. Really super easy installation right there. It's just that right now I just have like a pin at the end of a wire and clips in it. Well, clips, it just goes in it, but it's not really secured. That one's gonna be a secured one with a waterproof shielding on it. First of all, we're gonna make sure it does work in the starter motor, should be, and then after that we're just gonna be basically crimping that to the other side there. Ah yeah yeah, ah yeah yeah yeah, ah 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 yeah yeah. What up, Hawk? How you doing, beautiful? Hope you're doing amazing and that your day was a banger. So yeah, on my side, going with this, we're gonna install that. Should take about 5 to 10 minutes, then it will be done. And after that, we're jumping into the vacuum canister. I've already talked about it, so we're gonna go ahead and just look at it, see how it fits in there, how we're gonna make like we're gonna design the bracket and everything, and from there, bingo, we're ready to put that in there and make it work. So yeah, I think 2 hours to get both of them done is pretty doable if we start now. The trash can is now there. Your favorite car streamer? Hell yeah. Not like the competition is really high on Twitch, but I still take it. All right, so dual side. Where we're going in there. Camera's almost good and I didn't check it before. You see at the top of the screen there, wait a second, in the middle now, that yellow wire, that's exactly what we're gonna be removing tonight. We're gonna be making sure we take that out and bring that to an actual connector, and it won't be twisted like it is right now. We're gonna go ahead and untwist it from the main power of the starter motor, and then from there we're gonna crimp it and make it the perfect length so it stays there, and potentially put just a small tie wrap on to keep it next to the power the power to the starter motor. Let's stay hydrated, super important. So yeah, this week has been a little bit special so far, but still pretty good. Like, it's actually really fun knowing that I might be doing my first car trade ever. Might be actually acquiring a car I've never owned, but kind of like it's not my favorite, but it's not the worst thing in the world, you know? So yeah, will be pretty damn cool. All right, so there we go. That's untwisted here. Let's double check that what I got actually fit in there. Just have to figure out where's the actual holder there. I think it's towards me. What? Just rounding up what? Your dominating bit giveaway, is that it? Takes so much part of biddies. Let me check that. What did you round up? Rounding up what? I don't get it. Is that here? No, it's 376. Where, what? Nothing. I don't get it. I'm lost right now. Let me know. I will owe you, well, actually, you can use whenever you want a chica or whatever, but I owe you something like that, or a 360. You could use a 360. I will add to your list a little 360 made that you'll be able to mess around with. Yeah, for those biddies. For those biddies. All right, I think I'm gonna have to twist a little bit the top stuff there. Let me grab my other tool over there. The garage is even more of a mess at the minute because I emptied the Camaro to take some picture of the interior and everything. So don't look at it too much. We're gonna keep it looking at other things than that. Catch it. There we go. Just gonna bring the power slightly down like that because it was slightly in the way. There we go. So now it should clip in there. Boom. Yeah. Here we go. So now we have a beautiful little thing here, and all we have to do now is to take some measurement, crimp that together, and call it done. So let's go and do that. So what will be the easiest way to do it? Is it going to be to bring that there or keep that here? Because I want to remove some of the wires. Want to remove some of the wires in there. Hopla. Oh, hot. You know something? You want to know something? You want to know something crazy? If everything goes well, tomorrow evening, I'm going to be doing, not tomorrow, Thursday evening, I'm going to be doing an unboxing moment live on stream, probably right at the beginning of the stream, because I will have the mug Orange did for me. Like the freaking beautiful mug. And I'll be pouring my beer into one of them. So that's freaking cool. I can't wait to see that. All right, so around here will be pretty cool. There we go. Up, plenty of loose. Let's go and grab. So yeah, basically we're replacing something ending like this for an actual good connector. That's what we're doing. Hopla. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. All right. Crimps. Here we have also this. That will be the perfect thing to use for that. We're gonna bring some shrink tube. Ow. So yeah, who knows, maybe in 2 weeks I'm gonna be doing a special stream where I'm showing off my new car. That will be cool. If that happens, I will be enjoying that moment, that's for sure. Do I have small ones? I'm trying to find some smaller shrink tube. Just give me a second. I think I do have some right here. Is that some 4-to-1? 4-to-1, there we go. That should be working pretty neat. Hopla. Shrink tube. Shrink tube. Ugh. Oh, I just brought another plier. Go back over there, sir. All right, there we go. So let's strip the end of each wires here, making sure we're getting plenty out of there. As you can see, I'm gonna be really going quite wild on it. Hopla. Hop. Not enough on that one. So let's go again. There we go, that's plenty. Boom. And now, shrink tube first, otherwise we will forget about it. And then, if you're a noob like me, you're gonna have lost by the time you get to that moment the actual tool, the actual crimp you want to use on it. So you're gonna have to get up and go grab another one. Maybe I just put it on the side there, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna grab another one here. All right, there we go. Hopla. From there, let's twist both of them together a little bit. Just like that. Do you see what I'm doing there? Oh, the cam is gone. The cam decided to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to work anymore. I'm not paid enough for that. Let me double check it. Like so. Hey, those wires are connected now. All right. Easy peasy. Hop. So from there, I'm gonna have to move a little bit and go grab the light, I think. That's gonna help me quite a lot. There we go. What I want to do is go on top here, and I want to put that mechanical crimp there, because that basically is way better than soldering your wires, just because it helps preventing corrosion and stuff. Being a mechanical connection is going to be easier to maintain through different type of weather and all. If I can at least fit it properly in the plier, that will be awesome. There we go. So basically, as long as I get a good crimp on that, no! And if they do not disconnect just like they did there, we should be good. I'm feeling this right now, so let's do it differently. That's pretty good. Hopla. All right, is that fitting in the crimp, or is it too big of a connection? Hopefully it does fit, but I think right now it might be slightly too big. Okay, at the top it did work. Now here, can we fit that in there? Please tell me that the answer is yes. Just need that. Ah, it disconnected again. Okay, if I'm going with the smallest amount of twist, just to hold them slightly together, Is it going to work better? Technically, the answer should be yes. So I said 10 minutes, 5 to 10 on that, right? Lol. Lol, 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 lol. Okay, so what we need is this. Then what we need is that to go in there. If you're not, it's a waste of time. Ah, my hands, shoulder, everything, call it, name it. Okay. Let's reopen that a little better. Same for you. Hop. Hopla. Here we go again. Ow. I just stabbed myself with some wiring. Can I just put them inside each other? And then twist a little bit. Sometimes that works even better. Just need to go a little bit past. Oh, we might have something right there. Okay, that seems like a good way to do it. Let's keep going with that idea here. Let's put not too much pressure on them. Let's try to make sure they stay together. Not exactly like that, but hey, we're gonna try to make this work. Let's keep the plier closed, because when it's gonna be time to crimp, I won't have two chances just like that. Here, I think we're pretty good. So now I need to go like this. Fuck. Come on. Maybe I could have done it a little bit easier in a different way, but hey. Did that work? I think I failed one part of the crimp, but it might be good enough. I did indeed, but overall seems to be, yep, connected. Okay, so we're gonna try to close that here somewhere. Let me go grab another type of pliers. Ow. We're gonna get it done. We still have camera connection. Yep. Good. Awesome. I think it's gonna be a slow stream tonight, and that's all good. Just gonna get a few things done on the car anyways. Which should be the best kind of progression, honestly, if you ask me. All right, there we go. So we have that. This, it's connected in the starter motor. We have the place to put a tie wrap there, and we're just gonna go ahead and heat that up. So the shrink tube shrink, and we win. That's awesome. All right, heat gun. Oh, my extension's outside. Let me go grab the extension from outside. So the ETA for getting the new parts for the wheel is Monday, next Monday. So early next week we should have received everything to make it happen. I took the time to remove the exhaust system. I might be modifying it a tiny bit just to get a better fitment and maybe add the exhaust tip on it. That will be cool. So yeah, maybe next week we're gonna have that happening. Bit of exhaust work. Oh, and I want to get also some work done on that here, that section there with that part of the muffler. I want to twist it like earlier, bring it to the side and make that last section there actually go a little bit more parallel to the drive shaft so it won't be as close and everything. So we might be modifying that because it's still bothering me, and if we're about to put a lot of heat there, I'm still worried about what could happen. So we'll see. So like, I feel like I'm also missing a little bit of welding and stuff like that, so it will be cool to actually get a bit of welding action again. You know, practice makes perfect, and I'm not practicing much. Alright, was that too much of a big shrink tube? I don't think so. I think we're pretty good there. Just trying to make sure I heat it up on every side. There we go. Might be slightly too big, but not too bad. Still better than something that's not waterproof at the starter. There we go. All right, so from there a little tie wrap and we're good. Hey Jonesy, how we doing? Dual side. Sorry, I forgot to go back to that cam. So starter motor connector now done. That's cool. So now it's a way better setup than it used to be, so that's real great. How we doing, mister? I might be acquiring a new car, man. Things has been wild lately. So basically, about, I will say early summer, maybe even last spring, I'm gonna trying to figure out what's going on with my computer. Oh no, what's wrong with it? What's happening? Give me some details, maybe I'll be able to help you. Yeah, so basically, last spring, me and the girlfriend were chatting, and I said if I'm selling two of my car, which were like the Camaro and the Versa, I would love to buy another winter beater that will be a little bit more fun than a Honda Fit, but keeping the Honda Fit as the day-to-day drive, like the day-to-day car. And yeah, might be happening out of nowhere in the last 2 weeks. There's a huge chance I'll be like I've sold both cars without like putting them up for sale or anything. So that's pretty amazing. Basically, the Versa, my neighbor, one of my neighbor is interested in it for his son that just started driving and everything. Or just playing game? Okay, I think I know what it is. Is it working fine when you're not actually doing anything with it? Like just going Google or stuff like that, and then all of a sudden when you go like on a video game or streaming, it crashes, like it restarts. All right, most likely your power supply, you can buy a power supply tester for like $10 or $15 on Amazon. It will be the top connector, like the top left corner of your motherboard, like the 6 or 8 pins that goes there that powers the CPU. It's freezing? Freezing. Usually that one makes a reset, but the way you're talking, like you're saying it, I'm almost sure it might be a power supply issue. It's a classic thing. Because like if everything seems normal and you have no clue where it comes from, there's a high chance it's a hardware issue, and I will really be thinking of a power supply first and just run a power supply tester on it. The tester is basically a little module with a battery in it. You just turn it on and you have all the different type of plug all around the tester, and you just plug them into it, and it's gonna tell you if every signal seems okay or if something is wrong by flashing. Basically, it's something like that. So yeah, it's really worth it. All right, starter motor done. Front cam. Let me bring that out. What we're gonna do now is lower the car. However, we don't have a rear left wheel, so we're gonna have to make sure we're not going all the way down, otherwise the car is gonna be sitting on the ground. And that ain't good, but yeah, otherwise everything is pretty much ready to get lowered. We've done the only thing that we have to be under the car. And Mr. Pound just went live, by the way, guys. I just saw that. That's pretty awesome. Everyone loves a good Mr. Pound stream on a Tuesday night. I already know who I'm gonna raid. All right, let's go take a look under the car. Everything else should be good. Up. I can't wait to drive that car, knowing that it was only a bearing stopping us. Man, it hypes me up for when it's gonna be actually ready. Okay, so vacuum canister shouldn't be a big deal to fit in there. To be totally honest, I have no clue what I'm doing with that. That's true and not true all at once. I'm gonna remove that just in case I'm going a little too low. Hopla. But I shouldn't let the wheel touch the ground. There we go. Awesome. Whoop. Dual side. Oh, Jonesy, were you there when I was talking about that issue on my car? Because that's going to be something you'll have to think about with yours. So you should be listening a little bit, because that's a rookie mistake I made. Actually, not a rookie mistake. It's just something I didn't think about. So basically what we're going to be installing tonight is a vacuum canister. I've already explained it last stream, but since now we're actually going to be installing it, I will re-explain it. It's this. It looks like a small propane tank, basically. If you ask me, it's a really, really small little thing, really simple to do. Music seems a little loud. Never hesitate to tell me, guys, if something's too loud or something. There we go, that seems better. So yeah, it seems like it's a little metal tank. Really simple how it works, okay? This is empty, there's nothing special happening in there. You can see it's actually empty in there. What does that mean? It means that the only purpose of that is to accumulate a vacuum. So you have two types of pressure, well, yeah, technically the other one's not pressure. Basically, you have two different type of movement, if you want, from the air in an engine. It's pressure and vacuum. Vacuum, basically, it means that it's trying to suck the air out of something. And right now, how a brake system works is that this part here has a big diaphragm in it, and the fact that the engine is trying to suck air out of it helps you press the brake pedal so it's not hard as fuck. It's not like as hard as a rock, and it makes the brake work smoother and basically help you press the piston so everything works great in the hydraulic system of your brake. So that's like kind of a basic thing. So it's like that big line at the back here going right at the front there and making that happen and work. So that's really cool. However, when I was doing some small test drive just around my house trying to figure out why the bearing was going away without knowing it was a bearing. Basically, what happened is that my brake pedal was actually switching from really smooth to slightly hard to really hard, back to smooth and stuff like that. What that usually means is that your engine, especially if you have a high performance engine, is not creating enough vacuum to actually help that in an efficient way. So sometimes it's gonna work great, sometimes it won't be as good, and that's exactly what was happening, making this, all the brake system here, the brake pedal, feel different every time I was hitting the brake, especially if I was hitting it like 2 to 3 times in a close, like in a short amount of time. That being said, it means also that probably the vacuum that this thing can like accumulate is too small for what the engine has in terms of strength to do it immediately, and that's where this come in place. That here, that really nice part right here will be a reservoir that I will be installing right here, and that thing will help put some vacuum in that canister and hold onto it until we need it with the brake. So it's just making a bigger space to accumulate the vacuum, so that thing we can press it 3, 5, 6 times, 7 times without losing any pressure or having any difference. And as soon as the engine's going back into vacuum, it's gonna refill that tank right here, and then it's gonna be ready to be used again. So it's something that we don't have anything crazy to do. It will just happen by itself. Let me double check that here we're still dry. Just, you know, making sure. Yes, 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 beautiful, beautiful work. We love to see that absolutely dry. So now, what does that mean? We need to install that in there, so let's just do it. We're gonna first of all start plumbing the top a little bit. We have a few different things to do, including installing a grommet in there. And then after that, we have to unplug our hose here and bring that in place. So yeah, let's just do it. Front cam. All right, so let me try to make myself a spot on the bench. Not the easiest thing to do, but hey, we should be able to do it. That we don't need, that we're good, that we're good. All right, that should be pretty easy to do. Grommet, that's the one, top one. What they mention is that it is a good idea. Setups! Thank you for the lyrics, man. Well, thank you for the lyric. I love it. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing freaking amazing, you incredible human being. I hope you're doing great, sir. Here we're about to get a freaking Datsun on the road. I'm telling you that. I've been saying that for the last like million months, but this time is for real, okay? I swear I'm gonna change. That's how it feels like when I'm saying that. So one thing that was recommended with those, and that's what I'm trying to get, is how many? 6 months. That's crazy. Let's go. Thank you so much. So what I'm trying to get is just to get some gasket maker to the top here. They recommend on putting a tiny bit of gasket maker right on top of the thing, so that way you are actually getting a nice sealed effect on the grommet. So I will just do it. If I can get it to actually be open or whatever. What the heck? I think I won't have the choice but to maybe use a drill bit to open that up. Because even if it's going all the way down there. Aha! Never mind, got it. Easy, didn't even try. All right, so grommet time, what they recommend is to run a slight bead of gasket maker on it, just so you are basically sealed really well in there. What's cool is that because we know we won't be reusing the car in the next few days, it's gonna have the time to dry properly. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Boom. And from there, I'm just gonna take some blue towels. If I can find some, I have some at the back there. Clean my fingers and clean the side of it. Just making sure that we won't be having issues there or ugly looking things. But that way we should be pretty much sealed. I'm trying not to make a big mess. Hopla. Nailed it. There we go. Boom. Hup. That's done. This time I won't forget to close that because I did last time and that's not great. Welcome anybody joining. Hope you're doing amazing. Hope your day is freaking fantastic. So from there, we got it sealed and all we have to do is to put that in there so that we can bring this and it's gonna be like that. So what we're gonna aim for is something like this. Now the great thing is that here has a check valve in it, so technically we don't need another one in the line. However, since our line is made in a way that I don't have any like way to connect again without a check valve, we're gonna be running 2 check valves. Not ideal, not the worst, so that's just a little thing we're gonna have to do. So what I'm gonna do here is do that, and then we're gonna prepare the next one here, and I hope my line is actually not too big. So we have also a plug that will go in one of the 2 holes. And why is there 2 holes in that? That's one of the reasons I bought one of these and didn't made it myself. If I'm having any vacuum issue, I can put a gauge into it or a pressure sensor to actually read from it and know how much I have. Just for that one, I will also put a little touch of like gasket maker, just so we're sure that our threads are sealed. Let me also try to find which Allen key goes in there. That one will be good enough, I think, but maybe I can try to figure out the real one. Up, let's remove that. That's in my way. There we go. Hopla. Where are my Allen key? Where? I think they are back there, but I should have another set right not here. They are in the house, right? They have to be in the house. All right, well, let's go back here and let's try to find out. I'll assume it's a 5 mil because it's always the 5 mil. It is the 5 mil. There we go. Let's put some gasket maker onto you. There we go, just on the first few threads. So that way, as soon as we start putting that in there, it's gonna work just fine. So that one, I'm gonna go on that side, I guess. Is it working? Not really at the minute. There we go. Hopla. Up. And the bead on top is even sealed. Let's go. Beautiful. That's actually looking real great. This is plugged. Now we head to the other one. What's up, Anarchy? How you doing, sir? Womp. Of course, we're ready for it. What do you think? What do you think? Why is that looking like this? Huh. Oh, yeah, for that part there. So that one here, same deal. And now I just realized it's the first one I'm meant to put. Oh. Just finished working. Holy crap, huge day. Lizard, 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 lizard. Okay, thread sealant for that one because it is, I was bronze fitting, it's nylon fitting, I think. Brass fitting, that's the word I was looking for. So let's take a thread sealant for the brass fitting there. Just to double check that it will work great. That. Lizard, 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 lizard. Ew, that thing's disgusting right now. I think it needs to be mixed a little bit because it feels like it got separated in there. That's better a little bit. Let's mix it up. Hey, Bill Buck, yo, 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 it is working. It is indeed working. Ish. Last week, basically we were chasing a weird noise. I've done some test drive with it. It's driving and everything, except there was a really nasty noise in the rear left wheel. Ended up that I probably installed poorly one of the bearing, and it destroyed itself right on first try. So we're waiting for the new one. The other side is good, so it's really just one that I probably messed up. And so yeah, we're just waiting for that to be here and ready to get installed in there, basically. But yeah, otherwise the car is working. Yeah, Lotto bearing was pretty much that, honestly. All right, this, and probably not a 15, looks more like, not a 10, right? Oh, a 10. All right, let's go kind of crazy on it. Twist. So in the meantime, we're doing some other things on the car. One thing I noticed during the first few test drive is that we were lacking a bit of vacuum in it, basically. And so what we're installing right now is a vacuum canister that will basically suck some vacuum while the engine is idling or under compression and stuff. And from there, we should have a steady brake pedal, which should help with everything in the car. Oh, so it wasn't from what you think it was, Kev. All right, now that this is done, let's check with our hose if it's gonna fit in there. That's not cute. That ain't cute either. It's, where is it? There it is. That's one part of it. So let's just double check that This is actually fitting in that here. Perfect size for that one. Slightly loose for that one. So that one, I would need a color to make it work great. All right, but here we are. That's the idea, that's the assembly. So that one will probably more looking something more like this. And like that, that one's going back to the brake booster. That one is going straight from the brake, like from the engine to here. Vacuum's getting in, check valve in it, allow it to actually take pressure out of it. So basically suck the air out, and when the engine's going on boost, it will close, keep the vacuum in there, and if we brake a couple of times, the pedal will stay steady. And that's the idea right there. So, dual side. Here we go, in the car. One more time. Pump, 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 pump. So what we're gonna do here is just take a first look into the installation there, and we are most likely going to start making a bracket for it. So for the said bracket, I'm not decided just yet what we're gonna do. I could be sticking that a little bit more towards here. We're gonna start by removing the hose and see how it's looking. I have no clue what video you're referencing to, honestly. You're saying it and I have no clue what it is. It sounds like an old gold era meme. Okay, let me grab a plier. We're just gonna be removing that little thing there. Well, at least one of us knows. Oh, let's take, I'm dropping so many things on the ground. Whee! Hopla. There we go. Can you imagine, guys? That's one of the last part that we have to install in here. That's kind of crazy, honestly. Always blows my mind. There was still vacuum in it. We heard it. That's actually really funny. There was still vacuum in it. So that check valve did work, it means, but we're still gonna replace it, and I'll have to run in the house because I have one that's in metal. So those ones are in plastic, and I was afraid that there will be maybe too much heat around here. So what I'm gonna do is run inside the house and grab the one I bought that are metal parts, and especially made for brake boosters. So those one I was not sure enough, like they're meant to be used in air system, but I wasn't sure enough that they were actually the good thing, so I reordered some better quality one than those. So I'll be right back. Boop, 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 boop. I heard it. Going wild with the sound. Oh, that was my neighbor's dog. I just gave him a few cuddles there. I was like, oh, I love you. All right, that. And that. Awesome. All right, let me grab the one. So this is what I'm talking about. What up, Orange? How you doing, sir? Welcome in, welcome in. So basically, this is what I'm talking about. This check valve here is gonna replace the plastic one, so it should be more reliable in the heat and everything. I have a second one also, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead, grab that here, push that into there, and we need to make sure the arrow is pointing towards the actual engine, which is the case. So there we go. We bring the clamp on top here, and from there, it's gonna be all about putting that other side in there and doing the same thing, clamp, boop, just like that. And now we can bring that towards here, and we can already tell we're gonna have plenty of length to actually make it go exactly where we need it to be, which is right around here. So the only thing I need to think of is that, yeah, that should work just fine, and we're not close, too close at least, to the exhaust. So that's actually perfect. It's working right here. Clook. Awesome. Just finished cooking some ramen and pork dumpling. Oh my God, oh, don't tell me that. Now I want a ramen soup, and I'm trying to avoid eating too much because of the amount of sodium in it. That sounds fire, man. That sounds freaking amazing. All right, so let's double check the installation. The installation idea here. So right there, we go into that right here, and that line right there will come up this way. The angles are not exactly what I would have loved to see, so we might be changing that a little bit. That top one here will twist like that, and that one I will need to send it a little bit there so we can do a clean loop with the line right there. So let's do it right away. Twist it a tiny bit more, and then after that we should be pretty good. There we go. So we're gonna start working from there. Yep, that will allow us to do a clean plug right there around the line from the clutch, and that one coming up there. Awesome. And now next step is creating a bracket right there that will allow us to push it down here. So for that, I have exactly what it takes for it. We might be actually cutting that bracket and just tack welding it on top of those tabs. So not impossible, we just cut them a little bit and weld that to a new bracket there. So let's take a look at it. What do I have in mind? That spot right there is technically meant for this here, the windshield washer bottle, but it is not fitting anymore because it hits on this. So that means this one I was meant to replace it by another one. Now that other one was meant to go in that spot. We haven't done it yet. It was something for, you know, later on. And seems like the later on won't be happening, at least not in that section there. Let me try to find the bracket for it. If it is still around, I think I see it here. That's an aluminum, so we won't be using that. But basically, if you take a look, I was meant to use that as a bracket going down here, because that thing here just slide in place. Now what I'm thinking of is that we might be doing a bracket that slides right in there and just hold in place by itself by mimicking the amount of material of here So we're just gonna be copying, like doing a copy paste of that shape plus the thickness of it and slide it in there. And once it stays in place properly, we're just gonna tack weld our mounting bracket on top, and so we can just put it all together and it will just be sliding in. The vacuum canister cannot go anywhere because of its weight in the first place, because like it's all metal, and otherwise once the hood is closed it won't be able to move anywhere either. So yeah, we should be able to do something out of that. So let's start fabricating. That's the biggest thing tonight, fabrication. I don't think we're gonna be done actually in 2 hours, but still, let's give it a go. Pom, 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 pom. All right, let's put the canister away for now, because we don't need it just yet. Let's find the material we want to use for that. I have some thick one right here. That one is already too small of a chunk, I guess. Yep, that ain't good. You don't want to be dropping metal in your engine bay like that. Let me double check what I have in stock. That here is a decent plate. So I have a huge plate like this. If I was to put 2 times that, I should be getting something decent out of it. All right, let's try that. Front cam. So, front cam. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna make a pattern out of that. Now I think the easiest way to do it will be to cut a piece of paper or cardboard on top of it. Let me take something like this piece of paper that does not have my address on it now, or maybe cardboard right here. Yeah, cardboard could be really cool. And what we're gonna do is just simply go ahead and cut that in place and make it work. So like that, like this. Let's go ahead and make a plate out of that. Do I have a knife laying around? I do. All right, let's move some stuff out of the way, because now it's getting a little bit intense in here. The bordel. Hopla. See? Let's do it properly. On the other bench. There we go, making some space just like that. Easy. So if I'm going like this, and then like that. So just to get an approximate shape. There we go. So we have an approximate shape of what we need to get. So from there we can leave that aside. We can duplicate that twice in there, and does it fit? Oh my God, that's perfect. By the way, that's the same metal we use for the frame reinforcement, so it's a really strong material there. So we're just gonna go ahead, just replicate that, cut it, roughly test it in place, and then see if it works. After that, we take out the welder, weld everything together, and call it done. So let's cut it right there. Just giving a rough idea. Up. Up, something like this. And let's do it twice. Boom. Okay, let's go on that bench there. Let's try to put that away, the full oil thingy here. Up, up. Let's go ahead, hold it in the vice grip, and let's go start cutting. Where's my buffer? It's right there. Let's switch the blade on it. Let's bring the camera around. Dual side. Here we go, and we're gonna go and cut that. So let me just change here and put the battery in it. But yeah, we're gonna need a better blade than that if we wanna cut through. So we have a cutting blade right here, handle here, up, up. There. Hopla. Okay, where are my ear protection? Let me also just put back this in place. All right, welcome everybody joining. Hope your Tuesday, we're Tuesday. I hope your day was freaking amazing. No matter where you are on the planet and what day it is for you, here they are. I hope it was a freaking blast. Here we go for some cutting. Loud noise. I can't hear you. focus voice. It's hot-ish. It's all good. I almost throw my metal piece on the other end of the garage because of you, love. How you doing, sir? Welcome in. All right. So what's up with that? Just one is not enough. That's what I conclude with this. How was your day, lump? Cannot take it out. There we go. So let's take two together. Let's go double check what it. Ow, that one was hot. That one was still hot. Some of my sound info over. Oh! School clothes shopping, let's go. Heck yeah, baby, yeah. I'm technically done working and yet there's still a render going on that I need to take a look at. Username! Yo, 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 yo! Not much, not much. We know that we have a destroyed bearing and a couple of things to fix on the car, but nothing too intense, so not much. How about you? You. So yeah, we're here trying to figure out a bunch of things. Let me push you back. And right now we are installing, at least trying to make a bracket to install our vacuum canister in the car. So we're gonna take a look at it and see what we can do for it. All right, I might need my welding gloves just for now because the metal piece is still freaking burning hot. So we're just gonna try to get it cooled down. There's one. I don't know where's the second, but at least there's one. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna try to tape them together so it's gonna give us an idea of how it fits in the card. Family Barbecue W. Nice, nice, nice. Love that, man. Love that. That's cool. Fun project there. That's still going through. My God, that was loud. Why is it so? How come the other thing is not, but that one is? Patterned by hand of August, so can order floors in kitchen. Oh, it's the floor that did the trigger. That's lovely, man. I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, so seems like my template and everything was actually really poorly done. Not gonna lie, guys. I thought it was better than that, but seems like should have been like a little bit wider. I don't know. Why is that thing actually working? Am I so far from it? Not really. We're pretty much right on there. It's probably how it's made there. Actually, it's kind of a track tapering and you just hold right there. That's a bummer. I mean, we can always manage to do something out of that, but it's kind of a bummer that it doesn't work right outside of the box there. So what I would love to get is something I can just throw in there without having to bother about it. So I was trying to do the same type of things as this here, but yet it doesn't fit that really well. So my top there is probably just not as good. Oh, that's because of this, I think. Yeah, okay, the plate is kind of loose there. It's really the pattern outside sandwiching between that. So I will need kind of a plate outside there getting stuck at some point. Oh, so I think I done those plates for nothing. No, it's a Datsun bottle. That one is exactly the same on a Mark 1 Golf. Question mark? I'll assume so. A lot of the things in those days were looking the same. I mean, still today, a lot of parts are shared between different brand and all. Oh, being smaller? Yeah, no, that's not what we're trying to fit. So just to put you up to what we're into right now, we're trying to fit this. So a vacuum canister, that's the OEM windshield washer bottle you saw. And basically I'm just trying to reuse the OEM bracket here to basically fit that in place. But seems like it won't work as easy as that. So yeah, I have to double check that and see how I'm doing it in the end. So yeah. Not sure just yet, but basically the idea is to put that vacuum canister because our brakes need this to work properly all the time. They are working properly, just that the pedal feeling is changing a little bit. Yeah, that's the idea, but I just cut the shape for it, and basically what I didn't realize is that it's not the shape in itself blocking in the slider. Let me show you how it's made here. So you see that part there? It's not the shape blocking in that part here, in that mount. It's actually the fact that you have the bottle on the outside and the shape in the inside that creates like some sort of a sandwich effect where you just squeeze it together and it holds like that. So I just didn't think about it the right way basically, so that's all. I could be drilling the spot weld, I guess, in it and remove it and just put like actually some threaded insert or whatever to make it work, but I kind of wanted to keep that and just slide it in place. So we're just gonna rethink our thing here differently. Just make it a little different, see if we can get something away with it. Because like for example that, if I was to make a proper taper out there, I could actually make it work. And when I'm looking at that bracket here, the way it goes in there, okay, I'm on the outside for that one. Actually, I could just be welding that straight into there without even asking any more question, and it will work. If I was just to cut this and put it down there, I could just be tack welding this, removing the bottle, and then, no, I needed to slide in and out because I don't have enough space to push it outside there. So yeah, it's actually still a better idea to do it the way I want to do it. Okay, let's try something else then. Yeah, you mean like this, that to the bar there? I would love to, but it doesn't work. I don't have enough space for it at all. So yeah, it's like kind of just a small challenge on this, but it's not like a big challenge. I'm just overthinking it most likely. And that's okay. I love overthinking stuff. Okay, let me double check. I'm just going through my scrap metal right there, just in case I have something that works. That's not working for shit. Not wide enough. I'm gonna go through some different things now. Ba-ding, ba-dang, boom, beam. That will be now too wide, but not by much. See that here. Okay, see, if I was to make just like a cut in that, I could actually use this as a stopper on my actual bracket. So let me just double check. And that was almost the right width. if I was to do that could slide right into there and stop on this here, just like that. So it will be going right there, and I could be welding on that. Just trying to go through some scrap metal I kept around, just because why not? If I can get rid of some of it, that could be cool. I'm more bothered about the fact I've used an actual good piece of metal right now because I went too fast around it. Okay, let me just double check something. Yeah, no, that's way too big. Let's use less. Anything else down there? I see you here, but that's way too thin now. Yeah, no, we don't have a lot of stuff left around. So this here could be actually the good way to do it. That. If I was to cut that right there, straight up there. Okay, let me give it a try on that one. It won't cost a lot of time to give it a try. Yeah, we will definitely not be done tonight. It's 8. I'm gonna give myself up to 9 to work on that. Just because, like I said, I still have some stuff going on at work and I just want to take a look into it. So I'll just try to cut that here, see how it works sliding it in, and my idea will maybe be to just trim that a little bit, put that on top here, weld it on each side, and that will be my stopper on the bracket itself, and then we weld that part here to the bracket of the vacuum canister, so that way everything will just work nicely in there. So yeah, I can actually even cut that already by just measuring a little bit. Okay, so that one needs to be outside. There we go. Up, front cam. Can you see over there? You cannot. Let me switch the monitor a little bit, tilt it to the side in the mess, but at least you're gonna see something. Hopla, hopla. Let's cut. Let's win. Let's fit. Loud noise. Loud noise. Focus voice. All right, cuts done. Up. Let's do this, let's do that. Let's try it. Dual side. So if everything goes well, this shape right here will slide right into it and will make a perfect sliding in. Well, already that thing just here wants to slide in right there while being a little bit squish. Yeah, that one's already a little bit tight in there, which is perfect technically. So let's just give it a little go on the belt sander. Loud noise. Focus voice. All right, let's try that one more time. Boom, beautiful. We're already winning a bunch. And now if I was to put that on top, yep, that will work as a stopper right there. So let me double show you there. So that will be the idea. I know we're twisted on this side, but basically when we slide that down, it will do that. So we're just gonna make sure that first part can slide all the way in, and that one's gonna be acting as a stopper. And then we weld the bracket on top of that. So the entire vacuum canister can just fit in there by going down with this right in place, and it won't move more than that. It will just slide in and be in place for good. Worst case, we're gonna throw a hole into the other plate once they're welded together and put a bolt through that hole there, or a small metal screw or whatever, just to hold it in place. But I think we should be good. So we just need to remove a bit more material on part of that, and then yeah, we should be good. Loud noise. Loud noise. Oi! Loud noise. focused voice. All right, so apparently that's gonna work pretty good. So just to give you another idea, maybe I could try, wait, I'm gonna try to bring you to the other side and see if it works just a tiny bit better for you to see what I'm doing. Is it kinda ish? I don't know how that zoom is. Oh man, we're stuck in there. There we go. So, how's that? Yeah, you can kind of figure that out. So basically, here we go. We have a first metal plate. It's kind of dark, so you won't see it really well. Let me grab the pencil because we're gonna be cutting the top. But basically here, I'm gonna be just trimming that edge there, just like that. And from there, we're gonna be tack welding this in place. And that section here will be basically holding it into the bracket. So I have a edge, the edge is going right in place. We just put that there, tack weld it, and GG weld plate, we weld it on both sides. It's ready to jump in there. Then after that, what we're doing is just bringing that bracket here, potentially cutting it, but then right there, we're gonna be welding in between those. So that here, we're just gonna hold it in at the proper place here. And what we're gonna do is weld it to our bracket down there. So that way we can just pull it up, pull it down there. It's squeezed in. It shouldn't be moving whatsoever. And when we need to take it out, it's gonna be super easy. So yeah, I think that way it's gonna be one of the easiest. I won't say it's the easiest way to do it, but will definitely be worth doing it that way, I think. Let me double check. Where did I put the two others? Just want to check if one of these plate that I'm about to get rid of could actually fit in there, because we have a gap. And I think that's gonna be the perfect way to fill that gap. So if I was to put it there, yeah, it just doesn't fit just yet. We're gonna cut it the same size as that, make a little tab for it, and it should be working just fine to fill the gap. Get welded in place. All right. Well, there's that. Probably overcomplicated versus what I could have done, but still gonna do the job properly. So, and actually doing exactly what I want, being a bracket that's just sliding in place. I just want it to be quite tight, so we're gonna make that happen. And like I said, I'm gonna double check, but we may make that bracket we're about to weld a little flatter also. Not sure just yet, but we might be doing, so we will gain about, like, I would say what, a centimeter towards the side here, instead of being right against the brake booster. So that could be pretty cool. Ow, that was against me. Ain't ideal, but there's worse. All right, let me cut it again. Dual front. There we go. I'm gonna be right here. I'm often doing that when I'm cutting stuff, not always bringing the webcam over here, but at least you have an overall view. Loud noise. We good? We good. focus voice. All right, let's try that one more time. Dual side. Hopefully it's still just sliding and doesn't go through the entire thing. It is slightly going through. So we're gonna have to hold it in place once we're ready. So it was really the top part holding it, but like this it will be good. Just like that. So we're gonna have to put a stopper or whatever we need. I will stop sanding it all the way through, right, at some point, or maybe not, who knows. So we're gonna have to hold it. It's almost a square, so I'm gonna make sure I cannot fit it in another angle. You know, well, I mean, yeah, nah. No, it's stuck. We're gonna get it done. There we go. So it's really best way to go is like this, like that, and we're just gonna hold it like this most likely to weld the tab in place. Actually, I won't be able to hold it like that, but maybe like this if I want to weld the thing in place. So like this, like that, like this, boop. Tack weld the top, right there, boom. That will be fantastic. Actually, I don't even need that in the end. I can do it right outside because I can see it's going right flush against each other. Look. That's beautiful. That's gonna be our bracket right there. And that's gonna hold it in place. All right, so what are we up to now? That means we're gonna be cleaning the paint out of our parts right here because we're gonna be doing a bunch of welding into it. Powder coating is actually not really smelling good and not really good for your health when welding it. So yeah, let's avoid that. And otherwise, I think it's going pretty well in place after that. Let's do it. So, front cam. Let me just go over there. I'm gonna be cleaning paint off of this. Then we're gonna clean the bench here, and we're probably gonna proceed into the tack welding of the bracket itself. Then after that, yeah, we're gonna take a look at where we're at, if we keep going or not. Like I said, it will be a short stream tonight. I'm kind of tired of my day. It was a pretty good day today, but yeah, otherwise it's still some progression on the car, so that's something we actually love. But yeah, after that I'm going back to work the tiny bit and then enjoying my night. So let's just dive straight into that, get everything prepared at least so we can get it done next time. Loud noise. Focus voice. All right, so we're almost done sanding the paint off of the bracket there. Then we're gonna be welding. So let me bring back this here so we can have access to that. Hopla. I'm gonna move the exhaust. So like I said, our muffler and everything is out of the car for the moment. I'll put that here because I want to work on it a little bit, but right now it's impossible. And it's just in my way over here at the workbench, so it's not great. So what I'm gonna do here is this, then we're gonna be moving some parts. So the plate here, let's move that same spot over there. So that way we keep everything for the wheel on the side there. Anything else? I think we're pretty good. That ain't it. Just move some stuff out because I'm getting crazy with the amount of dumb stuff I have over here. That here, that there, hopla, up there. Actually, we might be moving everything out of there, but whatever. At least for now, we have a place to work. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna bang, bang, dropping everything to the ground. Up there, there. Tools, electric stuff. Here we go, already way better. Just like that. That can go there. That can go there. So all we're missing is removing a bunch of paint out of that. Let me do this, that, up. There we go. So we're gonna do it right away. Loud noise. Focus voice. All right, there we go. So now we're ready to weld that onto this. I'm gonna double check that we're really going in the right orientation there. Yep, that can be the top. So top around there, this around here. So what we're gonna do is right there, something like this. Just like that. Let me bring the cam because that one's going to be interesting. Dual side. All right, there we go. So we have our bracket set up in here. What I'm gonna do now is go and grab the welder. From there, we're gonna be basically getting ready to throw a bit of weld on it. And that's something I love. We're going with the MIG welder because it's an easy bracket fabrication process there. Nothing too crazy, nothing too intense. Just something we can manage to get done in a matter of minutes. Take my ground wire, plug it to the table right here, where I have a spot especially done for it. Put that in C, we should be good with that. Up, up. From there, let me grab my welding helmet. Let me test it to make sure, always good to do. Yeah, boy. Here we go. One. Now that one tilted a little bit. I should have tacked both sides first, but still no big deal. Actually, you know what? Look at this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swing it back there, but that's good enough. Normally. Handling that bracket like it was structural. Honestly, I put way too much welding in there, but it's just because it's enjoyable. And that's a straight fact. Here we go. Oh, normally we're not done 100%, but for now I'm just gonna push it back. Up, kinda need to let it dry a little bit. Nailed it. But there we go. There's a small bracket there. Nice, lovely, shiny welds. I'm actually decent with a MIG welder compared to a TIG welder. All right, we're gonna let it cool down a little bit. Just wait for it to be ready to be slip in place. And then, yeah, we're gonna go test it, and then I think I'm gonna call it there. It's really hot, that thing. Front cam. Front cam. Boy. Front cam. I think it doesn't like when I'm moving around. So let me bring that. I won't be able to show it to you really well, right? Because here we're a little far, and other way we're not really great, except if I'm going a little nuts, making that a view. Dual side. Hey, now we're talking. That's what I'm calling a view now. Let me try it. It's still hot, but let me try it. I'm too curious. Can you ask for more? I would love it to be a tiny bit more, maybe like secured. So maybe we could give it a go with a little metal screw in there. But otherwise, holy crap, that's like freaking neat. That's a, hey, yeah, right, Orange? That's my type of fabrication right there. And so basically that will be moving on there. Now what I'm thinking of is really flattening that almost to the side here, so that I can actually go ahead, put that into the bottle and drop the bottle right there. Like, yeah, I think we're gonna be shortening the bracket itself actually. So what I want to do is remove like 3/4 of the thickness of the bracket, so we bring the entire bottle towards us, and that way when we're here it's gonna be closer. We're gonna be plugging that tube right in place, and then have the other one do a small loop and going down there. So I think that's gonna be the idea. Let me try to, because I will need to get it out there and there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a go, honestly, right now. Maybe I put the welder away a tiny bit too early. Dual front. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut that already, And after that, we're gonna take a look at how we shorten the thing, but it shouldn't be too hard, so I'm really tempted to do it right now and see how it goes. The only thing is, wait, I'm saying that, but it won't be hard until it doesn't line up with the bottle again, right? So what I should be doing actually is probably cut it, bolt it on here, tack weld it, and then we're good to go, right? Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So let's mark our stuff then. Why is my dog barking? Little fucker. Midnight is a little fucker. All right, so here I can cut it right there. Here I can cut it right there. That ain't the straightest line. Then at the bottom here, at the bottom there. Boom. If I remove that amount of material, I should be good. So let's test that. Then we're gonna be bolting that up here, and we should find a way to make it work. I want to get that done. That will be cool. Loud noise. Are we good? We good. Focus voice. All right. There we go. Upla, upla. There we are. Ready to put that in place. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do this, that. What I need to do is get that bracket into place. So it will basically look something like this and that. And then we will be tacking that up here if it still fits, and I think it's gonna be short a little bit, so we're gonna be taking a look at this. Let me just put the hardware in place so that way it's gonna be easier for us to manage the placement. I think I'm just gonna have to fill with a bit of welding both of those. Okay, yeah, I see what is the issue here. They actually did the paint also, and that ain't good. That, let's put all the hardware in place. We're gonna figure out, is it a 10 mil? It isn't. Is it a 13 mil? Probably more like a 12. But 13 works for now. Well, good enough. So the idea is to make sure that it's gonna stay in place as we are working with this. Up. Make them look at each other like that, like this, and like this. So yep, we're lacking a little bit of material here, so we're gonna have to improvise a little bit to make it work great, but we're gonna get it done. I do believe in our skill. Question is, how am I going to put the ground in place? Let me do this down so we can bring the welder a little bit closer. That's gonna be our first huge improvement. Like huge. That. Apply. There. Where's my other glove? Honestly, kind of need it now. Feels like it's something that should be around here or there. But oh yeah, I see it. Yay! Now I'm gonna feel protected. Gonna put a bead here because we want the weld to stay a little bit on top. We have a huge gap to cover. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be going like this, and we're gonna try to just go ahead and weld that in place while filling the gap. So that's gonna be the challenge tonight, I feel like. But we got this. So I'm gonna go there, like so. Like so. That's pretty neat. There we go. So just to give you an idea of what's possible to do when welding, especially with a MIG. Look at this. For a bracket, it's no big deal to have such a gap. So here we go, we're gonna be filling those gaps, but now it's stuck in place. Weld, call it done, ready to be mounted. Up, like so. Let's bring back you, Pikachu. Just trying not to scratch it too much on the table. There we go. There we go. Boom. Up. Up. We scratch it. Yo, calm the fuck down, Eddie. Thank you so much for the BDs, man. How you doing, sir? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to me trying to weld some stuff to make it fit in the car, because nothing fits right there. Dual side. How we doing, Mr. Eddie? My fellow friend who appreciate pineapple on pizza? That's now how I'm referring to you. You know that, right? There we go. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful fitment right there. And we're going to be good to tack weld it in place. So for those of you who might not know why I'm doing all this right now, we are actually fitting a bottle in the car that will take some vacuum and keep it in there while the brake system is waiting to use it. So that's pretty much what we're trying. Yeah, it was delayed. It was quite delayed, I think. I heard it, but it took a while before it goes off up there. Shut the fuck up with the fucking top car thing. W. All right. Well, there we go. Let's clean that up a little bit because I hate the fact I put some dirt and rust on my brand new parts. Brand new parts are getting dirty. Not cool. So basically, we are almost ready to run the car. I don't know if it's been a long time, Eddie, you've been in here. Basically, we're ready to run the car and drive it almost. The only thing happening right now is that we actually destroyed a wheel bearing already. And while we were doing some test drive, learn to speak. So when we were trying to do some test drive to see what was wrong with the said bearing, we actually realized, well, I did realize that we were having an issue with the actual brake pedal. The brake pedal was going from stiff to smooth, and it wasn't like it was a behavior that was kind of weird. It wasn't feeling like something was wrong or leaking in the brake system. It was mostly something changing based on the vacuum from the engine. And so I figured out I will need this part in here to make it work properly, which is actually true. So we're gonna get that fitted in there. So we are about to be done with it. It will just be missing the plumbing, which will go another day because I'm giving myself another like 15 minutes, and after that I'm out for the night. So yeah, so we just made that bracket right here. So this is just handmade tonight, so that bracket's fitting right in there. Well, front cam. Yes and no. It's 99% of the time in the garage for the last 2 years, but we've done everything by ourselves, didn't visit a single garage in the last 2 years, changed 99% of the mechanic. There's actually only one part of the mechanic that is still from factory on that car. And by the way, if you didn't know, my only demand on the car, does it go from A to B without blowing? If yes, that's a good start. Well, you see, that's actually, okay, you want to hear a crazy story, Eddie? Actually, that car, I owned it, sold it to a guy, and my girlfriend, who was exactly like you, and like word for word, but in French, if it goes from point A to point B without blowing up, that's a car and it's perfect. That was her way to think about it until I sell that car, and a few months, like 6 months later, she told me, I kind of enjoyed the Datsun. Like, it was a cool car, it was looking great, and it's like the first car I'm actually thinking that about. I just sold the car 6 months ago. And yeah, so she did that. And I wrote to the guy the next morning saying, hey, if you're selling it again, I want to be the first to know. I kind of regret selling it to you, not because of you, but because I could have done something with the car. And then managed to buy it again like 4 months later after that, because the guy was going back to school. And here we are with that car. Okay, there was maybe a 10 years gap in between that, but it's not the point, okay? Every summer I was telling my girlfriend, this summer that car is gonna work. Still not true up to now, but this summer is the real one, because we're missing a bearing and that car is freaking running. What's up, Trax? Of never putting them in the water, you never put them on the road. Actual fact. But yeah, so that's the idea here. Then after that, we're going into that. Look, there's just a tiny amount missing there. We want to do a 360 camera backpack streaming setup for the racetrack, and I'm gonna bring you with me to the racetrack. So that's gonna be a thing, just waiting to get that up and running, which should be anytime soon now. And after that, boom, here we go. So basically that part we're installing right here wasn't planned. It's just because we realized there was an issue with the brake system, like a small issue, but still, and that we're waiting for the parts for the wheel, the rear wheel, and it is supposed to be here in about like a week, less than a week now. Around in fourth gear every 6-7 months, so let's go. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, I'm about to trade one of my car to do exactly that. Like, one of my car is just a pile of garbage in the driveway, and I'm about to trade it for a functional, funny little car. And so we'll see what's up with that. Because yeah, I have that as a project, but I have also a BMW M3 E36, so like a 1999 M3, and I'm racing the car. Like, that one's working. It's doing great on the racetrack, and I'm racing it. Oh, it's a diesel? Yeah, that does make sense. That does make total sense. How you doing tonight, Trax? Hope you're doing amazing, sir. What is your car? I'm curious. A diesel, you're in Europe. Is it a French brand by any chance? Oh, yeah, the quarter mile is boring, so, you know, I will be curious to see you around a corner, but yeah. A Volkswagen Caddy, that's so sick! I love that. Okay, I'm doing a crazy build that's gonna be like outputting some crazy numbers, but honestly, if I have to pick a next project at some point, I will love it to be a key car. So like the K car, the small Japanese one, but like all the small Volkswagen and stuff. One thing we don't have here but is freaking amazing is the one Mari Karma's worked on, the Volkswagen Up. Volkswagen Up is freaking sick because it's so tiny, it's so weird. I love it. I love all the every single small little nuggets. They are just great. Yeah, Volks is German, of course. But like, yeah, no, I was like, with the diesel, I would have expected maybe like a Renault or something like that. Oh man, yeah, I know. My brother-in-law has a Volkswagen 1.8 turbo, injection, the diesel, and every single time we're doing maintenance on, you need that special tool. You need to undo about half the car to get access to the one very part you need to change, because even if that part is actually getting worn out and you will need to change it, well, we didn't put it in a place that's logical, of course. And yeah, every single time, man. And the only reason I'm still working on that car is because that brother-in-law is a freaking lovely human that helped me put together that car hoist and help me pour the concrete and everything to make it happen. So that's the only reason, because otherwise, screw that car. But I mean, you're learning. Dual side. All right, so we have that in there. What we're gonna do now, I did put it back in here for no reason, because technically what I need to do, not on the paint. What I need to do is measure the surface here and make just a little plate that will allow me to put in between the bracket from the actual canister and this, because we need to weld that together. Imagine if that was actually, no, I won't do that. Let's cut a proper plate out of something to make it happen. Actually, I have something here that's aluminum, won't work. Shoot. All right, let me go at the front here. Yo, what up, Hawk? I'm about to be there, Hawk, eventually, soon. We're meant to play some turkey together tonight. And here I am in the garage, still working on that car. All right, so I'm gonna straighten up one of these edges, well, both edges, and cut that plate there. So let's do that. Dual front. Few hours. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I just want to finish tacking together the bracket. Up. Where's my ear protection that I'm always losing? Over there. Loud noise. Focus voice. What up, Kratos? How you doing, sir? What are we cheering? Cheers? Oh, it's not there yet, Orange. I forgot. Yeah, because you never told me, I think, if I had to register it or you will find a sound for it. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Trying to figure out how to make this work here, but otherwise doing pretty good. Let's actually remove that from there, and what we're gonna do after that is just go ahead and put that inside the car and then tack it together, make it work, be happy, and don't worry. Okay, bye. Dropping tools left and right. Trying to get everything together so that when we receive the part that was broken on the car, we are actually ready to go and drive the car, because everything else will be done. Oh man, that looks awful. Like apparently because of the gun setup you need to get and everything, it's actually boring. Honestly, I think if you're not playing Arena, it's actually kind of impossible, because I think you need to buy something from referee to get it properly done, right? Like it's the Valde, yeah, it's yeah, and I don't want to do it by playing Arena. I won't be playing Arena. It's like there's no way I'm doing it. So that means either BSG change something, because people are gonna keep crying about it, which I hope they will, because honestly it's disgusting. Right now, have to buy a AK for 161 GP coins for the Valde. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, right now, I'm not gonna even lie, they fucked up the game by forcing everyone to have to play Arena, and I refuse. Yeah, exactly, Eddie, and I know about it, and that's exactly why I won't be doing it. Like, no way I will be falling for that, because I just think it's stupid. Imagine if I was to get someone, a friend, to buy Tarkov to play with me. Right now, they can barely enjoy the wipe because it's hardcore, but still, even with that, if I was to shortcut him and everything, it's cool. I don't mind. Like the hardcore, I kind of like it, honestly. It's hard, but it works. Even if the economy and everything, we all know it's unbalanced and everything, but still, it works. On the other hand, that if you cannot access one of the biggest thing, which is Kappa, without playing another game that technically with a standard account you have to pay for, that's fucked up. That's actually fucked up, and that's showing one more time how much they are tired of working on this game and how much they just want to be done. Release 1.0, turn the key to the off position and say we're done, and not doing a single shit on it after that. I really think that's what's going to happen, by the way. I'm not just being like bitching about it. I just think that's what they are about to do. And it's all good if that's how they want to handle that, you know? Not my problem. It's theirs. This, let's put that back in the car. Boop. That. And then tack weld this. Send that in the car, tack weld it to the bracket, and see if we can get it to work. Hopla. That. Let's recenter it one more time. Up there. Up. Wait, I missed something there. Hey, pay 20 extra euros so you can make maybe do the quest, man. That's messed up. Honestly, that's messed up. I hate it so much. It's so stupid. But like, again, I'm still enjoying the game. Like right after that stream, I'm going in on my computer and playing some games with Hawk. It's gonna be freaking amazing and all. And like, I'm still enjoying the game. I just hate the way they do things. Oh, you're not properly grounded, right? That's what you're telling me. Oi, ground. There we go. Let's do it now. I'm gonna cut the end. There we go. That bracket is now welded. Let's bring that in the car. Well, actually, no, we need to wait a little bit, put it back to, well, you know what, maybe I will just leave it like that for now. I think it's gonna be that for tonight, because now it's too hot. I need to wait for it to be done before bolting it back to our thing if we don't want to damage the paint. So yeah, I think it's just a better idea to wait before installing the canister here. Canister that I put there, so I'm gonna put it back in its box to make sure we're not damaging it. The gasket's gonna dry there, gasket maker, and the thread lock, everything's gonna be great. Can't wait for them to release the Unheard End of Darkness edition, man. With 1.0. 1.0 only available through that edition. Otherwise, you're stuck in beta, bitch. Oh my god, imagine that. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it there for tonight. It was a shorter stream, of course, but like, again, I had to work. Today, I'm still going back to work a tiny bit, then jumping on a bit of Tarkov before bed. Otherwise, I'm gonna be live on Thursday. Thursday, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be around for the crazy Tarkov Friday, Thursday. So I won't be live on Friday, but Thursday evening, I'm there. Crazy Tarkov. There's gonna be the TANGIA of the week. There's gonna be all the shenanigans, raffles, everything. We still have 72 lives to go through in our PMC, something like that. But anyways, we're gonna be live over there. Now, let's see, do we still have a beautiful Mr. Pound to raid with the lovely people in here? Because Mr. Pound is a freaking lovely human being. I hope he's still there. I'm raiding him. He's still live. Let's go join him. Let's go take a look over there. Guys, I love you all so much. Thank you for still being part of that project after 2 years. It's almost there. It's coming together really nicely. I'm gonna catch you on Thursday for some gaming, next week for some Datsun stuff. Love you all. Catch you over there. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. And we're gone.